Hello, and happy Fracassi Friday. This, my friends, is an Earthling Publications unboxing, and as you can tell by the label, it is time for lunch. Yeah, it's a misspelling that happens quite frequently. It's always funny when I see those misspellings. This, my friends, is a very special unboxing, soon to be a full-fledged book review once I have read it. This is Sarafina, the ARC. Sarafina by Philip Fracassi. Hence why I said Fracassi Friday to you, because it's Friday and it's a Fracassi title. Huge thank you to Paul Miller for sending me a copy of this ARC. This is exceptional. One of my favorite reads, I've said it time and time again, one of my favorite reads from the past few years was the 2021 Halloween title from Earthling Publications, which was Boys in the Valley by Philip Fracassi. I had received an ARC of that from Paul Miller. And I read it all within one sitting. It was actually the 4th of July of 2021. It was because, that was back very much in the heart of COVID. I was one of the few employees in the company that was still working in the office because I had experience in many different departments. And, I couldn't risk possibly getting COVID. And my family was having a party, so I'm like, yeah, peace out. I'm going to go spend the day in the office. Not, the most social way of spending one July 4th, but it made it well worth it because I said, I'm going to start reading Boys in the Valley, and I just read the entire thing cover to cover within that single day. It was insane. So anyways, enough rambling about that. If you did want to buy a signed limited edition of their Boys in the Valley, it is a hot commodity. Same goes for Gothic from Earthling Publications. But Sarafina is remarkably still available. I mean, to be fair, it does have more copies available than both of the other titles combined. Boys in the Valley was 500 copies, Gothic was 235, and then Sarafina here is 750 copies. So like I said, more than both combined, but very excited to dive in. This, I'm surprised to know, is not an expansion upon Shiloh. This is a Civil War novel, but it's not about the war itself. That's just merely the backdrop for it. This does feature an introduction by Nick Cutter, who, for the record, is completely, the small press market is sparse of Nick Cutter titles. What the hell is up with that? I mean, I've only read The Troop and The Handyman Method. The latter one was co-written by Nick Cutter. I absolutely loved The Troop. We need Nick Cutter special editions. Could perhaps this be the gateway to Nick Cutter special editions? Who knows? So anyways, this is about three brothers who decide to go AWOL. Three Confederate brothers in the Civil War who decide to go AWOL because they figure, hey, they're going to try to survive, even though, they'll be executed if they were to get caught. And on their way home, they stumble upon a homestead out in the deep south, out in the woods. And the owner of the homestead, a woman named Sarafina, and her young son Titus, welcome them in with open arms. I don't know if I should show the images in here, so I'm just going to flip by them. I apologize. You did see that first one. So anyways, as things continue to happen around the homestead where the brothers are, the youngest brother starts to kind of question what's going on. He finds a mysterious creek. He says it finds a mysterious creek that leads to a strange underground cavern, not a cabin. And anyways, a strong sense that the cabin and the surrounding fertile land are not what they seem. And it suddenly turns into an escalation of horrors that they must somehow fight to survive. That sounds incredible. I don't know if this is going to get some crazy Lovecraftian horrors, but if it does, I'm all for it. But like I said, I now, thanks to Paul Miller, have this wonderful ARC of Sarafina to dive in and read. I'm a little late to the party because there was a bunch of reviews out there already that have gotten a lot of early praise, including Jeff Terry. Jeff Terry, I believe, got over the Jeff word, got a manuscript directly from Fracassi. Him and Fracassi are good pals. So he got I believe it predates the ARC. I believe it's like an actual manuscript that Fracassi had provided him. But had nothing but praise to be said about this. I am excited. This is going straight to the top of the TBR pile. It does come out in September. At least it says it's September. And I say it says September not because I'm saying it might go later, because Earthling titles rarely ever go later, but sometimes they come earlier. Particularly the Halloween titles. This is not a Halloween title. But speaking of Halloween, Tyler Jones gave his praise right here. Midas was last year's Halloween title, which I believe came out in like the end of August. So, you know, sometimes you get them early. You never know. Rarely late, sometimes early, or right on time. But yeah, I will dive into this straight away. This won't be my book review for this upcoming Tuesday, most likely, because I don't know that I can accurately read this within 2 days. But you never know. Maybe it'll suck me in and I will read in 2 days. But possibly the week after that. So, you know, come back in a week or two, and I will have a book review for this up on Tuesday. One of the Tuesdays, upcoming Tuesdays, prior to September. Like I said, top of the pile. I'm going to dive into this straight away. Anyways, be sure to subscribe to the channel to check out that review, which will be posted on an upcoming Tuesday. I do at least one book review a week on Tuesdays, with plenty of other unboxings on the channel for you to check out. Plenty of other Earthling Publications titles. If you wait too long on this and Sarafina does sell out, you could watch my unboxing of the numbered Sarafina down the road. No slipcase has been confirmed yet, but Paul Michael Caine at 19th Editions did do custom slipcases for Boys in the Valley and Gothic. So fingers crossed, maybe he'll do a custom slipcase for Sarafina down the road. I picked one up for Boys in the Valley. I couldn't swing the Gothic one at the time, and it's long since sold out, which, you know, is a shame. That I don't have a matching slipcase for it, but at the same time, it allows me to kind of put it in the shelf, because with Boys in the Valley, I kind of have it facing outwards. So you can see the front of that slipcase. You can see the nice little paneling that's on it, the label that's on it. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. Seriously, go check out Earthling Publications. It's still not too late to order Sarafina for yourself. I will give a full book review for this once I have read it, so within the upcoming weeks. But let me just tell you right off the bat, Philip Fracassi is one of the best authors I've read in recent years. He's one of my favorite authors, and he's only published a handful of novels. He published Boys in the Valley, which was superb, one of my favorite novels of that year. He published A Child Alone with Strangers, which is one of my favorite novels of that year. He also published Gothic. I liked Gothic. I will not say it is a good throwback to extreme horror. I personally am not as big of an extreme horror fan, so I can't say that was my favorite novel of that year. Not to do a disservice to Philip Fracassi, just simply because that level of extreme horror, the Richard Lehman, Jack Ketchum kind of extreme horror, isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I still enjoyed it, though. It was still very well written. It was still remarkably done. Every one of Fracassi's novels that I've read so far has been drastically different than the last, and I imagine Sarafina is no exception. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you around next time.